I'm going to talk about the gene oxytocin, that is also called carbetocin, syntocinon, and pitocin. And this gene is located on the short arm of chromosome 20 in the 20p13, as we can see in the photo, that consists of 3 exons and 2 introns. The protein is made up of 9 amino acids in the sequence cysteine, tyrosine, isoleucine, glutamine, asparagine, cysteine, proline, leucine, lysine, and amide. And here is the structure of the protein. Now, the structure of oxytocin is similar to another nonapeptide hormone called vasopressin, which differs from the first one in only 2 amino acids, and as a result of gene duplication, the oxytocin gene is located in the same chromosome as vasopressin, in the chromosome 20. And here is the photo of the structure, and here the biochemical structure of oxytocin and vasopressin, and we can see that both are very similar. Oxytocin is a neurotransmitter and a hormone that is produced in the hypothalamus and secreted by the pituitary gland, that is a pea-sized structure at the base of the brain, and then is released during sex, childbirth, and lactation to help reproductive functions. And in the hypothalamus, oxytocin is made in magnocellular neurosecretory cells of the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei. Oxytocin is a particularly important hormone for women because it plays a very significant role in the birth process, and this hormone causes uterine contractions and accelerates dilation during labor and helps the uterus recover after delivery. When a baby sucks on its mother's breast, stimulation causes a release of oxytocin, which in turn orders the body to make milk for the baby. And in women, the lack of sufficient oxytocin can prevent the drop of milk from becoming more difficult. And on the other hand, some people with autism or with autism spectrum disorders have low levels of oxytocin. And low oxytocin levels have also been linked to depression disorders. It is sometimes referred to as the love hormone because levels of oxytocin increase during having an orgasm, and it may have benefits as a treatment for a number of conditions, including depression, anxiety, people with an autistic spectrum disorder, or intestinal problems like the irritable bowel syndrome, that is a long-term gastrointestinal disorder that can cause persistent discomfort, and here is a photo of this syndrome. Another fact is that women has higher levels of oxytocin than men, but men with high levels of oxytocin sometimes develop benign prostatic hyperplasia, or what is the same, enlargement of the prostate gland, that, as we can see in the photo, is the gland located just below the bladder and surrounds the upper part of the duct that drains urine from the bladder, and the main function of the prostate is to produce the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. And this occurs when the cells of the prostate gland begin to multiply, and these additional cells cause your prostate gland to swell, which squeezes the urethra and limits the flow of urine, as we can see in the photo, so this can cause urinary problems. And finally, I'm going to say some fascinating facts of this gene that could be interesting for you to know. And the first one is that oxytocin promotes maternal behavior, and then oxytocin helps digestion, since oxytocin production increases from the start of pregnancy and helps a mother absorb enough nutrition for her and for the baby. Another is that oxytocin is released when we look into someone's eyes, and it helps regulate body temperature by redistributing heat from one place in the body to another. And for example, during sexual activity, cheeks get rosy, and that's because oxytocin. Also, feelings of calm and bonding increases the release of oxytocin and helps with fertility, since oxytocin is found in the production and release of sperm from the testicles and the release of eggs from the ovaries. And that's the end of my presentation. I hope you like it and understood everything.